You're welcome to Covenant University free online course. The title of this course is Developing Positive Attitude for Enhanced Productivity. And I'm about to give you the course overview. My name is Jonathan Adedayo Odukoya. I'll be facilitating this course. This course is intended for 7 weeks at the rate of about 3 hours per week. And the strategies we're going to be using for the course delivery are the following. Of course, we're going to allow you to go at your own pace. But beyond that, we also want you to learn to the point of application. This is very important because as we have come to realize, knowledge that is not applied is wasted knowledge. And so some of the strategies we're going to be using in this course will be using PowerPoint, as we are doing presently. We'll also be using rich text presentation, and that is about the most potent tool you need, in this course because it's far richer than it's just like what you have in a class delivery, almost packaged into the text presentation. And then we also have video clips once in a while to summarize some key points. And then we're going to be having experimental teaching. We're going to be employing experimental teaching approach because we want to see the degree of learning that has taken place. So we'll be using that approach too. And then, of course, we're going to be leveraging seriously on discussion forum, and it's going to constitute one of the assessment platforms for this particular course. So, what are the course objectives? Basically, we expect that by the end of this course, you should be able to correctly define the concept of attitude. You should be able to, you will know, you should be able to, know how attitude determines behavior, habits, and personality. And then you should also know attitudes hindering personal and organizational productivity. And then some of the dangerous consequences of negative attitudes. And then we want to give you an idea of how to measure attitude because it's critical to changing attitude. You need to be able to measure attitude, at least to a little extent. And then we'll be taking you through the process of attitudinal change, which is the core for this course. And then we expect that to be able to apply the knowledge to enhance productivity. And then finally, be able to help others. It promises to be an exciting process. You're going to enjoy it. Now, it is very important for you to understand that it does not take time to change attitude at all. But once you do, it changes your life dramatically. There are some videos I would like to watch, particularly even at the onset of this program, The Fake Beggar. The link is there. So you can always click this link in the normal video, PowerPoint presentation to get at this link. So what's the course outline? Basically, week one, we're going to give you a course overview as we are taking you through now. And then you also be expected to also know the nature of mankind and the subject of psychology. And then we're going to share with you the genesis and a simple model for all human behaviors. This is the background to understanding the concept of, these are the background knowledge you need to understanding the concept of human behavior. And I really believe that attitude changes everything. And that is why I'm so passionate about this course, really. Now, for week two, we're going to be exploring the concept of attitude in relation with our behavior, habit, character, and personality, and then the theories of attitude and attitude formation. What are the things that people have, empirically established principles concerning attitude? We need to share some of them, and then some of the dangerous consequences of attitude. We're going to be. Then week three, be identifying attitude hindering personal and organizational productivity, and then we'll be going into measuring attitude. And then of course, again, it is very important we know that attitude is a very little thing that makes a big difference. It's going to make a big difference in your life. Now, by week six, we'll be exploring the process of attitudinal change and then developing positive attitude for enhanced productivity and learning to help others. I love this quote by Maya Angelou. He said, if you don't like something, change it. And if you can't change it, then you change your attitude. I'm sure you like it too. We should memorize it, really. By week seven, we'll be actually recapping and rounding off. So we'll be attending to naughty issues, and then submission of assignments will be taking place. And to just summarize this particular course, so that to just give you a glimpse of what we are talking about, we want to give you a scenario. Consider the case of Mr. Johnson, a salesman that has this attitude that there is time, I can do it later. If other has this attitude that, failing at a project, especially more than once, is a sign that the project is not approved by God. So he abandons such projects. That's the kind of mental set that Mr. Johnson was have been carrying around. That was his attitude. And that was his attitude. So what happens? So the next thing that really happened with Mr. Johnson is that, he discovered that with this kind of attitude, he fell into, of course, the next thing that happens is that he began to dwindle in his sales because he couldn't make as much as possible. And then, of course, he began to, they were slapping him with queries in the office place. And then with time, the threat of even a sack was imminent. And in the process, the defense mechanism started taking place. He started getting cantankerous at home too, shouting on the wife, as you can see in that display. And of course, at the point in time, the wife could no longer stick it because at the point in time, because his sales, his salary actually was linked with the sales. So his income was dwindling. So he could no longer even take care of the home as a husband. Of course, more quarrel at home. And to the point that the wife was beginning to threaten that divorce, that she was going to leave him. It was at this critical point that Mr. Johnson got to know about the concept of attitude through a course like this. And then he was taken through some counseling sessions, in fact, through awareness program. And then he now became conscious. He was not conscious that he has those attitudes before until his mindset was changed. And then from that point, there was a dramatic change in the sales of Mr. Johnson. And then, of course, his relationship at work and at home improved dramatically, and everything turned around for him. Just imagine that he did not, go through, he couldn't go through a course like attitudinal change like the way he did. They can just imagine the consequences of that. Losing his job, the whole breaking marriage, and then with their children, what they will suffer, and then, of course, even on the nation as a whole, because if he can't take care of himself again, it becomes a liability to the entire nation. That's to show you the power of attitude. But through a course like this, the destiny of Mr. Johnson was sustained. I see the same happening to many of us. It's going to be an awesome time in his presence. I can assure you. God, the sky will not be the limit for us, but the heavens of heavens. See you at the top. God bless you.